Okay, this important cable and partition, my people. You see, what happened in Senegal last week was not just a political reshuffle. No, what happened in Senegal last week is a reminder of how fragile African political system is, especially when two individuals who once stood on the same revolutionary promise begins to crash out. At the highest level of power, it is the people who suffer. What happened in Senegal reinforces the statement of political scientists when it says that revolution often suffers when victory finally arrives. And that is an irony. Pay attention. For those of you who might not understand what happened in Senegal, the president of Senegal, Bassirou Faye, fired the Prime Minister, Ousmane Sonko. And that was not ordinary. Pay attention. You see, I am not going to tell you that what Faye did was wrong or right. I am going to present things for you, and then you use your tongue and count your teeth, Akebulan. For you to understand what happened in Senegal, you must understand that when Senegal got themselves into a new political era, that we saw two persons who were eager to change the system, Faye and Sonko. We saw people who were against corruption, people who wanted to break from the old system that was holding the people of Senegal down, people who were burning with passion to liberate Africa from the mental slavery and chains of imperialists. But then, that's not what we are seeing today. You see, among Senegalese youths, Sonko had a very powerful political voice. And among African youths, because he is very outspoken, because we know how eager he is to quickly reform the economic system in Senegal. But then there is Faye, who wanted a more strategic and calmer ways of doing things. So we believed that if these two persons should work together, that they are going to rule Senegal smoothly. And so we gave them a chance. Faye became the president. Sonko became the prime minister. Two political juggernauts that will change the future because revolution has been achieved. But then, as time goes on, crack begins to appear in their leadership. Distrust and disagreement begins to appear. Because Sonko, who happens to be more popular among African youths, because he's someone that we believe that has African ideology at heart, begins to move for more aggressive and faster economic reforms and how Senegal deals with financial institutions like IMF and World Bank. That is when crash of interest came into play. There was tension. And after months of tension, Faye, the president of Senegal, decided to fire Sonko, the prime minister, whom the people believe so much in. And that gave us a signal that something is fishy. Akebulan, pay attention. You see, what happened in Senegal is not only peculiar to Senegal. It is a message to the entire African continent that the issue is not just about revolution. The issue is, can you handle the pressure that comes after victory have arrived? Can we handle that pressure? Because we have succeeded in removing the leaders whom we do not trust. And now the people we trust can work together because one wants to be politically correct. We are easy to become victims of the trappings of power, that we forget the reason why we got to power in the first place. And that is a problem that we are having in the African continent. African leaders must remain united for the African people. Hence, our future will be negotiated by outsiders. And by that, we will be negotiating from a place of weakness and not from a place of strength. Sonko, we know what Sonko represents. Sonko represents African consciousness, represents an Africa for Africans. Sonko represents a people of dignity, Africa of pride. And that is why everyone was screaming when he was sacked. Because we don't understand why Faye will meet with Macron in Kenya and only to come back and sack his prime minister. Personally, I am someone that admire and like Faye. But you see in this? No way. This was not it. Although Sonko happens to be in power right now when it has to do with the parliamentary speaker of the country. Okay? But now, there is the bad blood. We don't want a Senegal where there will be a bad blood in the leadership. No. Senegal was a people that we were compelling with the leadership of the Sahel nation. Don't get us disappointed. Both of you must find your way back for the good of the people of Senegal. Please make amends, because when two elephants fight, it is the ground that suffer. Heed to the words of wisdom. Heed to the words of wisdom and serve the Senegalese people for the good of the land. Akebulan, history warned us that revolution often suffers when victory arrives. Let it not be the portion and the reality of what we see in Akebulan and not in Senegal. Wisdom, my people, is the principal thing. Aha!